including my father, was disqualified because he had the mistake of helping make Pakistan. But a general, you prevailed over everyone. You are not even attending the constitutional thing. You are supporting everything done by a military dictator, having precedence. Now show us this thing. Then the next dictator comes along and says, no, I introduce graduate condition. The third dictator comes along and says, no, I introduce Sadiq, Amin, righteous, profligate. अगर देखें एक कॉन्सेप्ट है मुनाफिक का कॉन्सेप्ट. मुनाफिक काफिर से बुरा होता है मेरे हिसाब से. काफिर को तो पता नहीं रोशनी उस है नहीं. काफिर कुफर का मतलब है खिलाफ, ठीक है, उसको पता नहीं. मुनाफिक को पता हो के करता है. अपने ऊपर क्यों नहीं कंडीशन डाल दी है कि आई विल नॉट बी नॉन प्रॉफिलिगेट, अमीन वगैरह. ये चीजें पिक एंड चूज करना, किसी को उठाना, किसी को फिट करना, ये बातें आप व्हाई यू नॉट अटेंडिंग द लार्जर कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल डिबेट? यू ट्रीटिंग दिस एज अ सिविल सूट. You are saying a disqualification by a military dictator, a rapist can contest elections, but a person who makes a mistake, उसमें ये भी लिखा है कि कितने तोले सोना आपके पास है, ठीक है, आपने 6 लिख दिया, मालूम आपके पास 8 थे, तो यू आर डिस्क्वालिफाइड. आप आज हमारे सामने खड़े हुए हैं, हम आपको होल्ड करते हैं कि बुरा ना माने कि यू आर अ प्रॉफिलिगेट, यू वेस्टेड द टाइम ऑफ द कोर्ट. कल आप इलेक्शन में तक नॉमिनेशन पेपर आएंगे, आप कहेंगे देखिए ये जजमेंट लगा हुआ है सुप्रीम कोर्ट, ही इज डिक्लेयर्ड बाय द कोर्ट ऑफ लॉ टू बी अ प्रॉफिलिगेट, ही वेस्टेड द टाइम ऑफ द कोर्ट, यू आर डिस्क्वालिफाइड. So let's not forget small things. We start focusing on small things. Look at the larger picture. Look at the context in which these amendments were brought into the Constitution. Look at Article 225. उसको आपने totally नजरअंदाज कर दिया है. Except you're not even saying a word about Article 225. It says no court shall. वहाँ आप कहेंगे सुप्रीम कोर्ट नो कोर्ट में नहीं आएगा डेफिनेशन में, यहाँ कोर्ट में आ जाएगा. तो ये आप जरा टोटलिटी में बात कीजिए.
Let me submit. I was referring to, if you look at the amendments, 162(1)(f) was amended in.
First one, is it a good amendment?
It was amended.
I'm asking your opinion.
I'm talking about 18th amendment.
I'm asking your opinion.
85 not good amendment, but
62(1)(f) is good.
I'm talking about 18th amendment.
क्या उसको छोड़ दीजिए. अमेंडमेंट भी तो गन पॉइंट्स पे हुए हैं, क्या बातें कर रहे हैं. वो लोगों ने कहा कि चलिए आधी जमहूरियत आ जाए पूरी से तो बेहतर है. प्लीज आप देखें ना, मिलिट्री डिक्टेटर्स के सामने आप लोग कोई बात ही नहीं करते हैं.
आप सवाल का जवाब दें, खुद में फिर जो कहना चाहते कहें. जो सवाल का जवाब आप कर लोगे.
I agree with you. I am against dictatorship. I am for the constitution.
Reflect this in your arguments.
What I am submitting is, when they amended and added a law, court of law, declaration by court of law in 62. At the same time, they added 10A.
ये तो पार्लियामेंट ने किया.
ये भी पार्लियामेंट ने किया 18th amendment में.
18th amendment is a validation. Please don't equate it with amendment thought out by the parliamentarians. जितनी भी आप उनको हकारत की नजर से देखेंगे, वो हमारे elected representative होते हैं, ठीक है. उनकी cumulative wisdom है. Surely it prevails over the wisdom of a military dictator.
My lord.
So why are you disregarding the wisdom? Why is the constitution being just, if it's a dictator, we cannot touch it. ये नहीं करें ना. आप मजीद पॉइंट आर्ग्यू करें.
I am submitting my arguments on the basis.
अच्छा, नेक्स्ट पॉइंट बताएं, क्योंकि you're not making headway now. You stopped.
My lord, my next point is that when they brought in amendment in section 232 of the Election Act, during the parliamentary debate, it was admitted that Article 62(1)(f) is silent regarding period of disqualification. I have appended a copy of Senate's proceedings, which says,
we don't need to. It's obvious it's silent.
It's silent.
Yes.
Now my submission is, once they have admitted that it's silent, they have to bring in constitutional amendment.
So let's put it another way.
My lord.
Suppose we say 232 is not good law.
My lord.
And we also hold that judgment of the Supreme Court is also not good law.
My lord.
then there is no disqualification at all, not even for a day.
A lot.
Yes?
Yes. Then they have to amend.
So you say the wisdom of 5 gentlemen sitting in this courtroom overpowers the wisdom of 326 parliamentarians sitting on in the next building. For what reason? Give us a reason. Give us some logical reason. I mean, just because it said so. That's all.
Parliament had the power to fix 5 years in Article 62(1)(f), but they did not.
अच्छा, चले आगे बढ़े ना, थोड़ा डिबेट को आगे ले चलें.
देखिए, अगर इंटेंशन होती है लेजिस्लेचर की, वकील साहब, अगर लेजिस्लेचर की इंटेंशन होती कि कोई सजा होनी चाहिए, जैसे 63 में बताया गया कि अगर किसी भी ऑफेंस में कन्विक्शन हो, कन्विक्शन पूरी होने के, सेंटेंस पूरी होने के बाद 5 years और 3 मुख्तलिफ बताए, 5 years 3 years, उन्होंने पीरियड बता दिया. तो क्या इनका इंटेंशन नहीं था कि यहाँ पे पीरियड ना बताने का? सिंपली इट इज
if they had the number and the intention, they would have expressly mentioned it in 62(1)(f), like they did it.
Why not? We should consider it as positive कि इसके कोई सजा ही नहीं है, पर कह दिया कि फलां शख्स झूठा है, बस that's all. या प्रिज्यूम किया जाए हर शख्स सच्चा है unless proved to the contrary. ये अल्फाज भी लिखे हैं, हर शख्स. if you look at, क्यों प्रिज्यूम करें कि वो झूठा है जब तक वो साबित.
ताहयात नाअहली की मुद्दत से मुताल्लिक़ केस की समाअत 7 रुकनी बेंच की जानिब से इसके ऊपर समाअत की जा रही है और वकील खुर्रम रज़ा अवामी नुमाइंदगी एक्ट का इसमें हवाला दे रहे हैं.
That is my submission, only constitutional amendment. And I support this argument with this thing as well. In Article 62, they have given various period of disqualification, 3 years, 5 years, 4 years, depending on the gravity as Parliament thought at that time.
Repeat yourself. Repeat yourself. I didn't understand.
Article 63 has given 3 different periods of.
No, I can just pose you a question. If in Samiullah Baloch, I'm writing now the judgment of Samiullah Baloch, imagine it, and I say that 62(1)(f) does not prescribe the period of disqualification. However, I will see the other provisions of the Constitution and say that since for treason it's only 5 years disqualification, I think this is a lesser crime and I put 2 years. Suppose it would be as valid a judgment as Samiullah Baloch, correct? For no logical reasoning, it is what I decide. I have to base my decision, a constitutional interpretation, on some logic. Either you should say I would be wrong in saying 2 years because you just picked out a number from your head. It could be 3, it could be 4, it could be lifetime. Please address this query.
There could be only 2 possibilities.
No, why not 2 years? I write Samiullah Baloch and say 2 years.
It's not written there.
Exactly. So it's all up to do with my mind.
But it's
nothing to do with the Constitution.
It's not written otherwise as well.
चलिए मगर ये आप इसको अटेंड करें ना इस बात को.
Silent, that means
understood your point.
Until it's in field.
चलिए अगला point या फिर हम किसी और से पूछें.
This larger bench can revisit its own judgment. This larger bench can revisit its own judgment. Let's reinterpret.
Election Amendment Act 2023. Now my submission is if we are in 187, then I can object on the vires of Election Act 2023. If we are only in appeal, then we cannot argue on the vagaries of the Election Act.
आप तो वैसे चैलेंज नहीं करते उसे. You have not challenged worries of 232.
That's not the question. Worries of 232 is not.
Nobody has challenged the worries in the High Court or in this court.
My lord, it has been challenged in the High Court. I've given you the
It has
petition.
not been decided yet. हमारे सामने नहीं है.
My submission is, if we, because my lords have combined all these appeals along with section 194(3) petition. So my understanding, the way
Your understanding should be found. The answer is in the order, the first order that we passed. Since election are scheduled for 8th of February, one returning officer will do one thing, another officer will do one thing. There should be clarity. It's as simple as that. Now, if you want utter total confusion in Pakistan, that every constituency, one returning officer is saying, I will follow 232, another returning officer will say, I will follow Samiullah Baloch. So we have stated very clearly, we want clarity one way or the other. The returning officer is not a competent lawyer as yourself. It's maybe a bureaucrat. So give him clarity. That's all we're doing.
That's what I'm submitting before my lordship. While you are hearing this, you have also issued notices under section 27 or order 27A to all the Advocate General and Attorney General.
The whole of Pakistan we've issued notice.
You might as well decide upon the vagaries of this thing.
चलें वो भी कर लेंगे. आप बता दें unconstitutional है.
That is my submission.
कह रहे unconstitutional.
मैं कहता हूँ इस unconstitutional. I rely on Mohammed judgment.
एक बात बताएं दे कि आप कह रहे हैं कि ये क्लियर पार्लियामेंट ने खामोशी इख्तियार की 62(1)(f) में कुछ बताया नहीं, उसको हमने इंटरप्रेट किया. अब हमारे बाद पार्लियामेंट ने इंटरप्रेट कर दिया. क्या पार्लियामेंट का विजडम हमसे ज्यादा है या कम है एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल प्रोविजन को एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए, इंटरप्रेट करने के लिए? किसके इख्तियारात ज्यादा, ये बताएं.
Parliament has to frame, my lord has to interpret.
They have framed the law. They have framed the law.
They had to
interpret the constitutional provision. उन्होंने कह दिया कि ये हमारा विजडम था.
They had to frame it under 239, 238, 39. They had to bring in constitutional amendment.
आप लिखा दे बास काकड़ की citation लिखा है 2012.
PLD 2012 Supreme Court 923.
And what paragraph are you relying for the
Para 50.
For declaring the law ultra vires?
Declaring the law ultra vires. So
लेजिस्लेटिव एंट्रीज के ऊपर वो केस है, उसके अंदर तो उन्होंने होल्ड किया है कि लेजिस्लेटिव एंट्रीज जो.
Thank you. Anything else? Huh? Sorry, we are giving you a tough time, but we want sometimes tough questions help us resolve our own difficulties we are having in understanding things.
My lord, thank you very much for giving patience.
Nani, thank you very much. Who will next? माइकल्स को हम पूछ लें या आपका?
नहीं, आपकी कैटेगरी में जो
आप आइए, उस्मान साहब आ जाइए. और सब्जवारी साहब कहाँ हैं?
सब्जवारी साहब.
सब्जवारी साहब पहले करेंगे या आप करेंगे? एक सेकंड. ही सीनियर, विल आस्क हिम फर्स्ट. सब्जवारी साहब, आप जो मजीद पॉइंट्स ऐड करना है तो आप कर दें.
My lord, I gratefully adopt the arguments of my friend, and my case is also.
हाँ, बड़ा अच्छी तरह से उन्होंने आर्ग्यू किया.
जी सर.
जी.
I owe an explanation, my lord, clarification.
थोड़ा सा माइक की तरफ आ जाए. इधर माइक. हाँ.
While gratefully adopting his arguments, I want to offer an explanation, clarification, that in my case of Mr. Muhammad Kashif, that is, my lord, CP number 2680 of 2021. I am questioning the order of